How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. We are back for another week. I hope every single one of you have had a good weekend. I know I have. On today's show, we're going to take a look at the weekend's results in the Premier League and the FA Cup. We're also going to take a look at Watford because they've sacked their manager, Nigel Pearson. And the last piece of news involves Arsenal, and could Matteo Guendouzi be on his way to Barcelona in a swap deal with Coutinho?
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start are those fixtures over the course of the weekend. Some Premier League games, 2 sets of FA Cup games, and a lot of talking points. Now, the first game was right back on Friday night. And that seems such a long time ago. And it was a massive game at the bottom of the table. West Ham against Watford. And West Ham won this game very comfortably, 3-1. West Ham went into a 2-0 lead in the opening 15 minutes. Declan Rice then scored an absolute beauty. Troy Deeney got a consolation for Watford. But that makes West Ham safe in the Premier League. And Watford, they probably will still survive. But it's going to go right down to the wire. And there's bigger implications for Watford. And I will get onto those a little while later on. Yeah, brilliant victory for West Ham. And they go and secure their survival in the Premier League for another season. Going into Saturday's games, and in the Premier League there was only one game. And it was Norwich against Burnley. Norwich already relegated. Burnley already cemented their place in the top 10. And it was a 2-0 win for Burnley. Pretty comfortable, to be quite honest with you. And there don't need to be any more said about that. The big game of Saturday was the FA Cup semi-final. Arsenal against Manchester City. And everybody, including Arsenal fans, did not give Arsenal a prayer. Even I didn't think that we would pull this one out of the bag. It was a 2-0 victory for Arsenal. What a performance. Everything I've said on AFTV. I've said on my own channel in player ratings and everything else. It was just immense. You know, from back to front, front to back, whichever way you want to look at it. We were superb. Manchester City had one shot on target in the whole 90 minutes. Are you serious? This is a team that scored well over 100 goals this season and have destroyed teams. And we managed to nullify them all game with the defenders we've got. Are you mad? That was a Mikel Arteta masterclass. It's as simple as that. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with a couple of goals. And Arsenal are through to their 21st FA Cup final. And they're looking to win their 14th FA Cup. We go into yesterday's games, and first of all in the Premier League, Bournemouth against Southampton, and I'm afraid to say that's pretty much it for Bournemouth now in the Premier League. Losing 2-0, Danny Ings chasing that golden boot. He's having a fantastic season. But Bournemouth at 1-0, they thought they got themselves an equaliser, and then VAR. That point could have been crucial for them, but it wasn't to be. Tottenham against Leicester. Of course, Tottenham still got an outside chance of reaching the Europa League places. And Leicester, they wanted to try and cement that Champions League spot, but that was an abysmal performance from Leicester. Losing 3-0. Own goal, first of all, James Justin. And then a couple of goals for Harry Kane. And that was a very, very comfortable afternoon for Spurs. And one result that Leicester will want to forget. And I'll tell you something, if they don't get a Champions League place, then they're going to kick themselves after being in such a strong position for so long. Last game of yesterday evening was the other FA Cup semi-final. And it was Manchester United against Chelsea. And it was an absolute battering. Manchester United losing this one 3-1. And the talking point in this game, again, will be David De Gea. The guy is finished. I can't say no more than that. Respect what David De Gea has done throughout his career. And those few years that he had at Manchester United when the fax machine broke. that right now he has finished. It's as simple as that. Even Manchester United fans are saying it. The first goal was a typical Olivier Giroud goal, that flick at the near post. De Gea has to do better. The second goal, wow. Spaghetti hands. Absolutely dreadful. Chelsea then make it 3-0 with a Harry Maguire own goal. And then the customary Manchester United penalty, Bruno Fernandes scoring that. And yeah, like I said, it was an absolute battering. They changed their formations round. They tried going free at the back and matching up. And Chelsea were the team that actually adapted to it better. Manchester United were not at the races in any way, shape or form. They did rest a few players. So did Chelsea, to be fair. And I suppose Manchester United and Chelsea will be saying the big picture for them is going to be Champions League qualification. Chelsea, they have to go to Anfield this week. Whereas Manchester United, they've got a bit of an easier game. You know, no disrespect or anything else. But, you know, in comparison to going to Anfield, it's a lot easier. But yeah, Chelsea, they go and get themselves into the FA Cup final against Arsenal. It's going to be a repeat of the final from 2017. And I tell you something, as an Arsenal fan myself, there's a little bit of retribution on our minds from Baku last year. The last two meetings at Wembley, Arsenal have won them. So they're going to have to look at that and say, you know, we use that as something to move forward. And Chelsea, they can be got at. They can be beaten. You know, they are vulnerable in defence. And it's going to be such a good matchup to see how this one pans out. But that's for a later date, and we will get onto that in due course. But congratulations to Chelsea. They're in the final. And Manchester United, well, their fans will just say they didn't care anyway, because that's what they always do. That gets me on to the next piece of news. And I was touching on this subject a little earlier on involving Watford. And they have sacked their head coach, Nigel Pearson. I'm actually baffed by this. Now, when he took over, I think they were 7 points away from safety. You know, bottom of the table. And I know that they're fighting to stay in the Premier League and they're fourth from bottom and everything else. But given the fact that he's done what he's done and the situation they were in when he took over in December, to sack him with 2 games still to go is just crazy. You know, they have to go to the Etihad on Tuesday night. And then they do have to play Arsenal last game of the season. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking to myself, whoa. And do you know what, actually? I don't know if they're actually playing at the Etihad. I'm not 100% sure, actually, now. That's actually got me stumped there. Hold on a moment. Let me just have a look. No, I actually got that wrong for a second there. Watford are actually at home against Manchester City. It's actually their last home game of the season. Then they play Arsenal at the Emirates, final game of the season. So apologies for that. I got that one mixed up there. But you wouldn't want them as your last 2 games, would you? Manchester City and Arsenal. You're looking at the league table. They're 3 points clear of Aston Villa. You know, they're 3 points clear of Bournemouth, but Bournemouth have only got 1 game left. And the goal difference is 4 goals. I suppose the fact that they're playing Manchester City and Arsenal means that, you know, that could switch around. Aston Villa, they do play Arsenal tomorrow as well. So you've got to look at it and say, yeah, maybe they are safe. But, yeah, I'm not expecting them to get anything out of their last 2 games. But I don't understand why they've sacked him with 2 games to go. Do they think that bringing in a new man in now, a caretaker or whatever it might be, is going to change their luck in the last 2 games and get them the point that they need? Or, I don't know. Something must have happened internally that we don't know about, or it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm looking at it as well, and their under 23 coach, Hayden Mullins, and goalkeeping coach Graham Stack have actually been placed in temporary charge of first team affairs. That seems absolutely strange. I know the Watford owners are a little bit mad in that respect anyway. How many managers they've got for, I think they've got 3 this season. Mad. That's just baffling why they've got rid of him with 2 games to go. Baffling. I want to know what, has really happened behind closed doors. Might have to text Troy and find out what's actually happened. But I don't know, man. I just find that strange, to be honest. I know Nigel Pearson, he's had a tough time of recent, games and everything else. They did win 2 games back-to-back recently. That's probably got them over the line. Maybe that West Ham game was the final straw for the owners. I don't know, but it just seems so strange with 2 games to go. Why not wait and then deal with it? It's weird, but I don't know. Next piece of news, and it's the last piece of news, and it's news that broke over the course of the weekend and has been picking up a hell of a lot of pace. Now, we all know that Matteo Guendouzi, it looks like his time at Arsenal is done, but it looks like he may well be on his way to Barcelona in a swap deal with Philippe Coutinho. And the report goes on to say that Matteo Guendouzi's Arsenal exit appeared to be moving closer after the French midfielder was left out of the Gunners' 20-man squad for the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City at Wembley. Guendouzi has not played for Arsenal since being axed following a bust-up at the end of last month's 2-1 loss at Brighton, and asked for a move following a disciplinary hearing into his behaviour. On Saturday, there was extraordinary reports emerging that he could even be on his way to Barcelona in a player swap with former Liverpool star Philippe Coutinho. Guendouzi, a regular under former boss Unai Emery, has struggled to impress Mikel Arteta, but while he may not be catching his current manager's eye, he is still regarded as a top prospect around Europe. The 21-year-old is also said to be on the radar of Real Madrid, Inter Milan and Paris Saint-Germain. So that's a bit of an interesting report. It's very clear that his time at Arsenal's done. From what I'm hearing as well is that, he's just not budging. He's not apologising. He's not taking ownership to his actions. And his time's done. And it's as simple as that. And I back my manager. At the end of the day, if this is what Mikel Arteta wants and they've given him an opportunity to apologise and move forward and to, resurrect things, and he's not budging, then so be it. Out the door, mate. We don't need no rotten apples, in the camp. You can see the way we're playing at the moment and you can see how together the team is. Out the door, bye-bye, get rid of the bad eggs. And he's not the only one, trust me, but that's a topic for another day. But Philippe Coutinho, that would be a very interesting acquisition. I would be very, very happy if we ended up getting Philippe Coutinho in. Proven in the Premier League, he was absolutely exceptional at Liverpool. And he's the kind of player we would need in that attacking area, that midfielder that can score goals and he can go left, central. He's quality. And if we can get that deal, I would be all over that all day long. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. Let me know what you think about the Watford sacking of their manager Nigel Pearson. It's just strange to me. And also let me know about this Coutinho rumour. Would you be happy if we swapped him for Guendouzi? So listen, we've only got a couple more Premier League games to go, and later today you can catch my preview to tomorrow's game against Aston Villa, and then we get a few days break from Arsenal or any football. It'd be DT's Daily as usual, but we then prepare for the final game of the season, which is on Sunday, and then of course we get a nice little week's break and we prepare for the FA Cup final. So listen, if you're new around there, hit the subscribe button, make sure you smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of it.